After Dark Stories, Episode 4. True Crime, the Black Dahlia. On the morning of January 15th, 1947, a woman walking her child through a vacant lot in Los Angeles noticed what she thought was a store mannequin lying in the grass. She was not a mannequin. She was Elizabeth Short, 22 years old, and she had been cut perfectly in half. The body was positioned with deliberate, almost theatrical care. Arms raised above the head, legs parted, placed precisely at the edge of the lot, as though left there to be found. There was not a single drop of blood at the scene. Whoever did this had killed her elsewhere, drained her body completely, and washed her clean before delivering her. The wounds told investigators something that still haunts criminologists today. This was not the work of someone in a rage. It was surgical. The bisection at the waist was performed with anatomical precision, clean through the intervertebral disc between the third and fourth lumbar vertebrae. The cuts on her face, the corners of her mouth, sliced outward into a wide, forced grin, were made post-mortem. Methodical, controlled. Elizabeth Short had grown up in Massachusetts, drifting to California with dreams of becoming an actress. She was described by everyone who knew her as warm, friendly, a little naive. She'd worked waitress jobs, spent time at military bases during the war, moved through a loose orbit of acquaintances, would-be agents, and men who promised things they didn't deliver. She was not a criminal. She had no known enemies. She was simply a young woman trying to make something of herself in a city that ate young women for breakfast. The press called her the Black Dahlia, a riff on a film noir playing at the time and a reference to her reportedly dark hair and preference for black clothing. The name stuck. It still does. Within days, the killer sent a letter to the Los Angeles Examiner. Clipped from newspaper headlines, the words spelled out, "Here is Dahlia's belongings. Letter to follow." A small package arrived with her birth certificate, her address book, and photographs. Fingerprints had been carefully washed away with gasoline. More letters came, then they stopped. Over the following decades, more than 500 people confessed to the murder. Not one confession held up under scrutiny. Investigators pursued doctors, ex-boyfriends, a bellhop, a mobster, a mortician. Steve Hodel, a retired LAPD detective, spent years building a case against his own father, George Hodel, a physician with a talent for surgery and a history of predatory behavior. The evidence was circumstantial, but deeply disturbing. Others point to different suspects. The case has never been closed. What makes the Black Dahlia case so enduring isn't just the horror of what was done to Elizabeth Short. It's the silence afterward. A city full of people, a body placed to be seen, letters sent to taunt. And yet, nothing. No arrest, no justice, no name attached to what was done to her. She has been discussed, theorized about, fictionalized, and exploited for 77 years. What she has never been given is an answer. Here is what I want to ask you tonight. After all this time, do you think the Black Dahlia case will ever be solved? And if it isn't, does Elizabeth Short deserve better than becoming a mystery? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. Good night.